Please help me give them a round of applause. They got it. It's question and answer. My parents gave me Adedeji Odulesi, but Aham Baranwen Wuchukwe Emeka. Yes. Now, the Yoruba say that when you reach a particular place, you can name yourself. Don't they used to do change of name? Many of you haven't done change of name. Even after marriage, some of you went to a newspaper and changed your name. Abi? And I said I changed my name to Chukwu Emeka. You are saying, what happened? My parents did not contest to it. One name, Ogadregema. Wow. Rida Lokwe Wakwe Kawagbadu Lady Nabeko. Please give a round of applause to Rida. Dakel, I need to quickly do some recognitions. We have in the building Dr. Ugumola. Please put your hand together for her. You're welcome, ma'am. We also have Dr. Diron Onifade, family physician. Oh, God, come and sit in the front here. I didn't know you're as popular as that. Come and sit in the front here. It's a family name. It's very. Oh, guys, sorry, it's just because it's their day. You understand? You know where you are supposed to be stable. But it's their day. Let's just do as if we are not aware. Come and sit down here, sir. Very close to me. God bless you, sir. Please, a round of applause for him once again. He'll be sharing testimonies with us, okay? Yes, you see. And then we have Dr. Dabo from Nigerian Ports Authority. Welcome. Sorry, is it Dabo or Dabo? Kai Bahaushini? Baplatani? And Walijam? Hey, it's my brother too. It's my brother. Yes. Nidaga Sokoto Kagane. Kaida go Niger. Bauchi. I tell you, Mukiba with the Masala Kagane ko. When I saw the name, when she is it Yoruba Dabo? Dabo. Abi Dabo. My mind was telling me when I now saw his color, I now say, it's my brother. Sorry, some of us we don't know. You see, when we see Kaiba Platiniko, who knows what I said? And we're Nigerians. You don't know what I said. No, I didn't say whether it's from Plateau State. I said something very basic. I say it again. Kaiba Platinine. Hey, Allah Sadiki. Yazamui. Did you plait your hair? Oh God, did you plait your hair? I plait my hair. Shall I plait my hair? In Nigeria, we don't know ourselves. Serious. That's why we are fighting. Later, maybe during the program, I'll share something with you because I'm a bit prominent on social media. I'll share some things. We don't. I said, "Are you a Fulani man?" And he said, "Yes." Baplatani, Fulani, Baplatani, Bahaushi, Hausa, Bayerbe, Yoruba, Yamri. Which you it's not me that says Igbo because Igbo don't like it. When you say Yamri, somebody told me on social media yesterday, said, "Don't ever call Igbo Yamri again." Come on, by way names have been numbered the Gangamba. Yamri, they now turn it to Yeming. You understand? Hey, milk water, Yamri. You understand? So Yamri. You understand? Yoruba Bayerbi. So things like that. Kunganiko. Just like Masokbe in the Ofem Manu. Yoruba people like Pamoyel too much. I did not know until I went to the east. You cannot cook soup without soap. Soap. I'm short of time. Let's face the business of the day. So please, I want you to properly record. May full name Inkaway. Dabo Alhaji. Alhaji to be. Okay, we are doing medical today. Let's leave Alhaji alone. So we are okay. Dr. Dabo Ahmed. Ko? Kutakwa Masa. She got it. Kutakwa Masa. And we also, so it's from the Nigerian Ports Authority, and we also are from the Nigerian Ports Authority pharmacist, Ikeolua. Is she in the building? Oh, you are together. I love that. And you did not know, you didn't whisper to her what I was asking for. You will have done a spoon now. It's permitted, Abby. Dakio. All right. So you are very much welcome. We now want to have the second presentation, and this is coming from a seasoned community pharmacist with more than 20 years of experience. She holds a diploma in naturopathy and is the managing director of Elbeth Community Pharma Plus. With her extensive knowledge in both conventional medicine and natural remedies, she provides holistic healthcare solution for clients. Very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please let's make welcome with a rapturous round of applause our articulate, brilliant, and cerebral pharmacist Timei Ogungbe. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you. In fact, she's my classmate too. And we are still classmates. We went to UI together, finished in 2001. She has not changed. The same humor. They are the people that make the class lively. We will sit down, we will sit down at the back and be looking at all of you. I know that it's nice to know that after so many years we are still connected. And it's also interesting to know that we are also thinking alike when it comes to natural medicine. And when she told me about this, and I was like, do you know the question I asked myself? Why didn't you tell me about this product since? I didn't know. Serious. I didn't know. I would have been promoting this one too, because I did some studies, as we'll see in the presentation. Don't mind me, I'm taking style to wait for Oga to put on my slides. So I noticed that, I told you to give me the slides to go through the botanicals. And I noticed that many of them were in line with what I was going to talk about today. Mainly liver detoxification and estrogen dominance. They were addressing those things I've been shouting about, and you'll see why I've been shouting about them. I called it, I tagged my presentation Fertility Challenges Unraveled, and unveiling the hidden enemy and strategies for success. Okay, I wanted to see next slide. Which one is forward? Okay. Yeah, we started from here. Yes, okay. In 2007, I began my fertility journey. Like doctor said, when you grow older, you start having hormonal imbalance issues. So in 2007, I was 30 on the dot. And I had just gotten married. Of course, the fertility journey starts for so many people around that time. And little did I know that it was going to take me some years for me to eventually conceive. And what was the issue? Mine was not as if I was not taking in. I was taking in. But I would just, within 6 weeks, sometimes 3 months, it would drop. I would take in again, it would drop. At the time, I just told myself, I'm not taking in again, I beg. Because the trauma was too much. You expect, okay, I'm pregnant now, let me start the journey. And then all of a sudden, it's like you have ended the journey and you're like, we are back to square one. We want to start all again. So, after the last miscarriage that eventually led me to the one that stood, I had to pause and ask myself some questions. What is going on? I went to see gynecologists who tried to explain what was really going on. But I wasn't satisfied because they didn't really tell me that there was anything wrong with me, because I did all the tests and I wasn't really seeing anything wrong. They weren't really seeing anything wrong in the tests I did. And anyway, I just zeroed in my mind and faced my pharmacy business. I said, let me just throw myself into my work so that my mind will be off it. But I told myself 6 months I will not take it. And I was doing more like family planning with condoms, of course, because I cannot use hormonal. I don't want to spoil my hormones. Then one day, I won't forget that day. And it was, sometimes you have this aha moment. One day, like she said, one day. One day came. And I'm this type of person that quests for knowledge. So when a client throws a question at me and I don't know the answer, I'll tell them, I don't know the answer, but I'll help you find out. So I've been getting a lot of requests about contraception, family planning. And I was like, okay, let me go and use this Sunday after church to study how women can prevent conception. Incidentally, that was what made me discover what I could do to help my own conception, because I was surfing the net and browsing, and I just stumbled on one site that made me understand that the same hormonal issue that this person that was trying to conceive did not conceive was the same problem I was having, that I was conceiving but was miscarriaging. And I was like, wow. And that was the first time I got interested in that hormone called progesterone. That was the first time I heard about luteal phase insufficiency. Doctor, you know that, Abby? I delved into your world that day. And you know, I looked at the things they were saying and I tried to implement it, experimented on myself, and I actually conceived. And so we started the waiting game. When we passed 3 months, we celebrated. And of course, it led me to this one. This was my second and finally, hopefully, I won't do like MIO, the last pregnancy. The last pregnancy was in 2004. I told myself I'm not doing it again. I don't do. So now, Seth, when period has passed, we'll start carrying PT strip to be doing. Yes, that's the stage I have reached. Thank God for discoveries. Thank God for that Sunday I sat down to surf the net. Now, that's helped me help other women, and that was when I delved into this fertility thing, and I delved into the natural aspect, because I realized something. The more modern our world is becoming, the more inconducive to our health it is. The more we are beginning to adopt a modern lifestyle. See, village people don't really have problem with fertility. They don't. And you ask yourself, why is it that that woman today, she don't born? And you are hearing of it in the village, and you are like, what is going on? And then the city modern people are having issues with it. So there's something wrong with the modern lifestyle. And it got me very, very interested. Infertility is real. This is the statistics I got. Doctor, I don't know if this is correct, but this was what I saw in one journal, that we have almost a third of the world's population, especially in Africa, having infertility problem. That runs into millions. And that's why this product is going to help millions. And you know, I delved into teaching people what I have learned about lifestyle. Doctor mentioned it, lifestyle modification, changes in the way they behave. And I taught these things, and I noticed that in that WhatsApp group that I was running, that WhatsApp group eventually died a natural death when we moved to Telegram. Telegram seems not to be engaging for conversations. So I just noticed that people were now coming back and they were giving us successful stories, and I was like, it's like these things I've been teaching, let me gather it into a note, let me gather my notes and make it into a book. So I brought out this book in 2018, Natural Fertility 101, 12 issues to consider when trying to conceive, and I started teaching it to pharmacists. Then one thing I noticed, somebody asked me a question, that it seems that most of the things you are talking about in your book seems to be around estrogen. That was the first time I noticed that. And it's true. Most of the things I was talking about in this book happens to be around estrogen. And I decided to do another search, and I found out there's a concept called estrogen dominance. Estrogen dominance is a concept I found out, and it seems to be the hidden enemy. When I say hidden, we don't hear much of it being talked about. It seems to be the hidden enemy in the 21st century. When there is a balance, you are talking about two things. You are talking about, in the case of a woman, progesterone to estrogen ratio is low. In the men, testosterone to estrogen ratio is low. This seems to be what is causing this, and it's mainly because of the 21st century lifestyle. Estrogen dominance disrupts ovulation, leading to irregular menses, leading to all those menstruation issues. Estrogen dominance has also been linked to fibroids. Estrogen dominance is linked to even male infertility, sperm count, and the quality of the sperm. Estrogen dominance, you can know the signs. What are the signs? There are obvious signs around us. Weight gain. When you are the moment. Doctor, you know me when I was in school. Was I this fat? I was 1. In 1 1 year, I gained 10 kg. I should have suspected there was something on. Hormonal imbalance was at work, and I didn't know. It was now a struggle of, before it was I want to gain weight, I want to gain weight. I just realized now I was now trying to lose weight. Weight gain is a problem. Fatigue is another sign. Sleep disturbances, difficulty concentrating, mood swings, headaches. We notice this a lot as signs. Well, it may be symptoms of other things too, but we also notice there are common signs in people who experience estrogen dominance. Menstrual issues, sore breast, especially when they want to have their period. The breast becomes sore. Sometimes if they touch it, it's rough to touch. Sexual dysfunction. This is supposed to be erectile dysfunction. Sorry about that. So now, because of this, I now developed a risk assessment form when trying to teach, when trying to counsel in natural fertility, which I use. If you use this, you will get to the form survey. You can fill it and see your scores. I did this to be able to guide people in knowing whether they should be worried about estrogen dominance. Now, what is the solution to estrogen dominance? I've created fancy names so that we can remember them. Cultivate the gut. The gut is where many of the issues lies, because that estrogen is excreted through the gut pathway. It's excreted from the bile into the digestive system out. And so if there's anything wrong with the gut, it will affect estrogen levels in the body. Now, there's a whole lot of things we do. Our lifestyle is not encouraging the gut to. When we say cultivating the gut, we are talking about the gut microbiomes. That's a whole world on its own. The bacteria, the friendly fungi and bacteria that lives in the stomach. Many times, the kind of food we are eating is not allowing them to thrive. And that's why I called it cultivating the gut microbiomes. If we eat more of vegetables and fruits, they love fiber. And that fiber that they feed on will release some chemicals we call postbiotics. Example of a chief of which is the short chain fatty acids, which is anti-inflammatory and has a way of supporting the liver function to do proper metabolism on the estrogen. So when you say eat fruits and veggies, it just looks like a cliche, but it's actually a purpose. There's a purpose, because you are encouraging those bacteria. Now, many of the other foods that don't encourage the friendly bacteria to grow and give you bacteria that can increase your estrogen dominance are foods that are high in trans fats, high in fructose. You can see why lifestyle is a matter. Now, those ones don't favor those bacteria and fungi that will help you get short chain fatty acids that will promote estrogen metabolism. Then we have harmonize the plates. Give yourself adequate nutrition. I tell my clients, you can't go wrong with seed foods that contain seeds, beans, egusi, elbono. Those are seed food. You know them. Those seed food, the nuts, the legumes, they are highly nutrient dense. I thank God we have nutritionists here, so I don't even need to do your job too much. You know what I'm talking about. They are highly rich in nutrients and fatty acids that improve estrogen dominance. Then calm the mind. A calm mind is important, because if the mind is not calm, stressor hormones like the cortisol, which affects progesterone levels, because the same precursor that produces cortisol is the same precursor that will give you progesterone. So if it is stress, what will happen? It will be all channeled producing cortisol. You won't have enough for progesterone. And so a lot of women these days are experiencing low progesterone levels, which will cause that imbalance. Now, purge the poison. We are living in a world where we are using a lot of poison. So Let me tell you one very interesting one. People who want to do IVF, they are told, I'm told they tell them not to use nail polish 3 months before they go in for this thing. And there's a reason. The chemical in the nail polish, in most of the nail polish, and that's why these days we hear of people trying to make them naturally. The chemicals have been found in the urine, and those things are endocrine disruptors. Poison. Let me just leave that cosmetics alone. But most of the cosmetics we rub, they are using a lot of things that cause endocrine disruption. That's hormonal imbalance. Even these our plastics, everyday things. So they contain what we call xenoestrogens, foreign estrogens. So for plastics, the more transparent and more flexible they are, the high tendency they have that xenoestrogen that can disrupt estrogen. And so I tell my my clients that I'm counseling in natural fertility, please avoid sachet water. Yes, there are so many other chemicals, household things that we are using, but because of time I can't go into detail about those specific things, but they are products of the modern world that we live in. They are actually things that we are using every day and we don't know. Just recently, I just even watched a video about how somebody was breaking down glycophosphates or something that they use as pesticides on plants. And they spray it and we take it, we don't wash them properly. There's a way you wash those things. If not, you will eat those glyphosate along with the fruits. And so we advocate for and that's why apple is not my favorite, because they use it a lot on apples. Then she listed some fruits and I was like, I've never really been a fan of this apple, mainly because of the fact that before it will get to you, nutrients will have even depleted. That's another one. But I was not hearing something. So the safest thing to do in your modern world is to peel your fruits. Go with fruits that peel, like oranges, you peel it off. Bananas, you peel it off. Cucumber, you have to also peel it because we don't know if pesticides are there. So you see, these are things. There's a whole lot of chemicals, and that's because of the modern world we live in. We can't say we will not live in the modern world, but it's good for us to be aware of these things that could cause problems. So let me not dwell too much on the poison. The last one is fortify and harmonize the body. Fortify with vitamins. It has become expedient these days to fortify with vitamins. And chief of the vitamins I've studied that is really, really impacting on hormonal imbalance is vitamin D. Interestingly, we are not paying too much attention to that vitamin D. We wake up in the morning, get to work, we are indoors, we come out when it is not bright again. Vitamin D has become an issue. And funny enough, for me, when I started experiencing perimenopausal symptoms last year, when I studied and I found out that vitamin D will help me, just taking 50,000 IU of vitamin D per week has reduced and normalized my period again, and all those internal heat, the flashes has stopped. So there's a whole lot why we should fortify with vitamins and minerals. I'll come to the harmonization later, but let me just explain why. I saw an article that was comparing oranges. You know the US people, they document a lot of things, and I wish we too would enter this documentation. Now, they documented the amount of vitamin A in one orange in 1950. Now, fast forward to 50 years later, they took that same one orange, and calculated the vitamin A. I'm using that as an example because that was what they were looking at. And guess what they found out? It will take somebody in this modern day 20th century, 21st century, to 8 oranges. You eat 8 oranges to meet up the vitamin A in the one of 1950. So it has become important that we fortify with vitamins and minerals. It has become that important. Now, for the harmonization, now that's where balance comes. We use botanicals to balance the hormones. There are so many out there, but you must have heard about Vitex, chasteberry, red clover. These are things that have been shown to improve the balance of these hormones in the body, especially this estrogen one I'm talking about. But you know, I used to tell myself, God made those ones for the Europeans because most of them are Western herbs. So I was excited when my friend told me that there is one, and I'm always for the indigenous products because I know that anything that we home grow, God, that is native to us. You know, there's something called gene, what they call that thing again? Genetic, I've forgotten the grammar, people no vex. But something about the genes working, affecting the way the medicines work in our bodies. So I'm always for indigenous products that will do the same job. So that's why I was excited. And when I searched it, as I said before, my slides came on, I found out that it does a whole work of liver detox and also has estrogenic effects, modulating estrogen. I saw some research from PubMed on it. So I'm excited about this product. Even if I have not tried it, I know that. That's why I asked you, why you not tell me? Anyway, in conclusion, estrogen dominance is a leading cause for me, or in my own opinion, based on what I have found out. It's like a leading cause of infertility, and it's because of our lifestyle. And it is time for us to start taking charge. And that's why I see myself, and that's one of the reasons I went to do I took a diploma in naturopathy. In naturopathy, one of the principles is that the doctor as a teacher, the person providing the care as a teacher. So we are there to empower the clients. Take charge of your health. Simple things I told those women on that WhatsApp group was yielding results. So let's empower ourselves to have a better fertility. To have better fertility. Thank you very much.
Please let's put our hands together for her once again. Beautiful interactive presentation from pharmacist Time Ogungbe. Please put your hand together for her once again. Oh, great. So I should all right. So Dakel, while doing her presentation, she did mention that she authored a book. The book is called Natural Fertility 101. You understand when you say 101? You understand now? 101, 102, 201. So the one that will just, the basics, that covers the nitty-gritty that you need to know, okay, is in this book. I can't open it. I don't know how many page book, but it just shows that if you do it, you will carry from now out. I love the picture. Wow. And I love her picture. Did you see her picture? She said before she was one, Abby. She be one no coins like this. And when she took the picture, how did she look? 10. She can thank God say she don't straight back. What to make her do like this? It wasn't intentional for the picture. Something I'm paying you. After that in paying you can't say you don't do again. If you try now. Natural Fertility 101. 12 basic issues to consider when trying to conceive. So it might not be for you, it might be for somebody that is dear to you. Please try and consult her. Today there's free consultation. Am I in order? Absolutely. And they said they are classmates. Oti Peter John. Wow. Please jam your hands together for both of them. That's what we want, where we can support ourselves. Merci beaucoup, madame. I'd like to quickly recognize in the building the president OOU Pharmacy Alumni and immediate past chair ACPN Amen Zone Abulegba Meron Ekoro New Okwoba. He is the CEO Medfort Pharmaceuticals. Please let's make welcome Dr. Taiwo Adewole. You're welcome, sir. All I can say about him is that he has been a leader from birth. Campus leader. Abi, he came out of campus. He's still doing president, immediate past chair. So what that thing you are dreaming of, that next one, it will work in Jesus' name. Some are born like that. Some they don't. If you give them, they say, "Hey, okay, that test. What did you call that thing that will make someone to jump from here to car park? What did you call it? What did you call it? Adrenaline. Hey, so The fear of what? Yes, the fear and FF. We should give a term now. FF. No, they do a lot of terminology. They are intimidating us with our red agriculture. FFH. Oh, you to know about it. Alobaton. So all right. So some of them should just call them, come and lead. They say, hey, I'm not doing. Just if I call somebody now, come and give us vote of thanks. I'm not doing. No. Abi. Let me share with you. Thank God I can stand in your presence today. At a time, I used to sit close to the door because if an MC come and call me that, oh God, come and give us opening prayer. I just disappear. But thank God we have overcome it. That FFH, we have overcome it. We say, come and sit and nothing, go sing, no shaking. Abi? Très bien. All right, at this juncture, we need to have two people to still come forward. We're now doing scientific knowledge sharing session. And they have 5 minutes each. The first person to come up is Dr. Fumi Aino, lead independent health consultant of Funshe Health Center Limited. Please put your hands together for her. Our speakers today are awesome. Madam, the way they are clapping for you like this, I'm beginning to feel one kind of. Because before I will tell them.